Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again on the cryptocurrencies. So in recent couple of weeks, probably Bitcoin shows relatively quiet performance. Yes, we see some volatility, some choppy action on the lower time frames, especially on intraday. But if we take a look on the daily, on the monthly, weekly chart, you'll see the market mostly stands in a very tight range. Recently, we have seen some bullish performance, not only on Bitcoin, but in general in all dollar rival assets. So we could see the upward action in the currencies, in the stock market, gold, and so on. And we have tried to find out what's really going on. Those you have read our weekly reports on the Forex market, on the gold market, those are known what really is going on, as we have found the reason for that. In two words speaking, Fed, it doesn't apply the direct impact on the markets when they're trying liquidity. So it mixed the withdrawal of the liquidity with the pumping of the liquidity. And currently, in recent couple of weeks, Fed starting pumping the approximately 200,000 billions on the market. And that has led to some pullback. And currently this process stands on the way, and you can see this positive performance across the board. But we think that this is temporal, and that's why we do not see currently any reasons to change our long-term view. That's it's really difficult times for Bitcoin ahead. Recently we also have released the new fundamental report on the Bitcoin, where actually just confirms our suggestion, and it seems that the targets, next target, technical targets around 11, 12, this might be not really surprising, not something unbelievable. So it's just because of the fundamental background that we have currently in the United States economy. Meantime, as you can see on the monthly chart, market shows normal, absolutely reasonable pullback from the strong level that we have discussed. This is major all-time 618 support, and this is also yearly pivot support one. On the daily chart, we also have here 126 areas OP target, so rather solid area. This market shows minor pullback. On the weekly chart, you could see that in the recent, actually 3 weeks, market stands in very tight range, and actually all these 3 weeks now is inside week to this one. It's no significant progress in any direction. This is the target that I am talked about. That I will not be surprised if market will reach it, because the overall fundamental picture suggests that's really might happen. And it's this OP around 12.17, so right here. But this is long-term story. In the shorter term, there is really one tricky moment actually, or let's call it as an intrigue on the daily chart. Currently, you can see the good performance on the providing liquidity from the Fed, and you can see market stands in upward action. That is the pattern that we discussed previously. We said that currently on the moment when we have prepared the previous update, so on Thursday, we do not see any bullish sign. That's why we're not planning to take any long position. At the same time, with the performance, this weak performance here was dependent, we suggest that one of the possible scenarios might be the butterfly, which is two different targets. Here, as you can see, 1618 targets around 2150. Also exists 127, slightly higher, it's around 24. And this is currently the pattern that we could theoretically suggest, could recognize. But with this recent upward acceleration, it's another scenarios also now exist on the market. Actually, with this butterfly, we have to pay attention to this top. It's A point, it's around 3130. If market will take it out, it will tell you that actually butterfly has been erased. So market probably will show something different. It doesn't cancel our long-term bearish view on Bitcoin. It just tells that in the shorter term, with the short-term tactical performance, the shape of the price will be a bit different, and the market could reverse down with a bit different patterns in a different manner. For instance, which seems more probable and very probable and easily recognizable as well. So you can see we could get this first drop, ABC retracement up, which might be regardless cheaper to sell. Around 35.50 we have daily overbought fib level, so that's all the alternative scenario that could fall. This first moment on the 4-hour time frame chart, this is actually the pattern is targets with this ABCD action that we have. Take a look at the OP target, which is the AB equals CD, creates agreement with this fib level 34, 34, 40. It agrees with the daily fib level that we also discussed. Market right now stands at the first level. Here's definitely we have signs of the acceleration. It means that at least market should reach the COP, which is the 31.75. But the problem here, I mean, well, maybe not the problem, but actually a tricky moment, that this COP target, with this our new ABCD, because our previous ABCD has been erased, if you remember. Here was the initial ABCD. This market creates the new low. That's why this ABCD is not valid anymore. So this target stands above this top, which is actually the invalidation point for a daily butterfly pattern. So if market even will complete the minor extension on lower time frame, that erases this butterfly pattern. So that's also just tells about that maybe the shape of the price will be a bit different. And with this acceleration, it seems that chance to reach the COP stands rather solid. So now about the short-term trading. If you would like to take the long position here, because currently you can see that short-term trend stands bullish here, you can see thrusting action, you probably should be focused on this recent upward action, because since the market sets the C point with this upward action, bullish tendency will be valid until the C point exists. So that's why you do not need to consider the whole upward action. You could just use this most recent one. And on this performance, you could see what we have. ABCD pattern as well. XOP target stands right here, 31 or 70, and it has not been reached yet. So very probable that market could try to complete the XOP here first. It's, by the way, interesting whether this coincide with the COP. Here's COP 31.75. 31 or 70, not coincides. So anyway, market could try to complete the XOP first, and that's the pullback, where you could consider taking the theoretical long position if you'd like to take the bet on a possible upward continuation. There's a few levels to consider. I would think that this might be interesting. It's level around 29.70, 30 even, so somewhere in this area, because market currently not at the overbought. Upward action just has started. We do not have previously very strong downside action. It's just because market already was standing flat for some time and starting upward action after pullback already started. So here it should not be very deep retracement. That's why the primary level to keep an eye on is this confluence. If you would like to, this market will start retracement down, even if it will not hit the XOP, it doesn't matter. So with the pullback, this confluence area, it might be considered if you would like to take the long position. Invalidation point of all bullish setup will stand below this area. But you of course could use tight standing stops. So if you're trying to take position here, you probably could consider placing stop below the 618 or just below the confluence as well. So it's classical Judson Apple approach where we're taking the position. Well, speaking of a larger picture, in the current circumstances with this acceleration, it probably makes no sense to consider taking the short position. We need to see when this body will be over, this pullback. Now also chances that market will form something different increasing. So probably this butterfly, well, it has a big chance to fail. Or better to say not to fail, but just will not be formed. That's why bears who would like to take the longer term position on the weakness of the Bitcoin probably should wait a bit more and see what patterns will be formed, how far retracement will go, and be focused on the resistance areas. So first level stands around 35.40, 35.50, accompanying with the daily overbought. That's probably the first level that you could keep an eye on. So that's currently all that we could say about cryptocurrencies.